Imagine living your whole life thinking you know who you are and where you come from, then one day, discovering it was a lie. A woman by the name of Lane recently shared a story about how she found out that her life was one big lie as an adult. It all started when she got a text message from a number she didn't recognize. Although she was first going to ignore it, something told her to follow through. And what she found out changed her life forever. On a seemingly normal day, Lane got a cryptic text message from a number she didn't have saved. The stranger's message suggested she should go to Ancestry.com and take a DNA test and wished her luck. There was no context or explanation for the strange request. Lena shared her story on the TikTok video platform, warning her viewers that this was the conversation that turned her life upside down. She asked the stranger, "Who is this?" To which they mysteriously responded, "I wish I could say, but it's best you just do the test. Were you able to do it yet?" Lane thought surely someone was attempting to prank her and believed the message was fake. Still, it was strange, so she contacted her best friend to get her opinion. I FaceTime my friend and I'm like, "Listen to this." And she's like, "I swear my gut is telling me this is real. You need to respond." So I respond, and then they write me back. Lane's friend couldn't shake the gut feeling that something needed to be discovered. Our gut feeling is our greatest ally, as it can sense information beyond our conscious mind. So, Lane decided to follow it. She took the test just to see what would happen. Lane decided to act on the stranger's message and bought a DNA test via 23andMe, as it happened to be on sale anyway. Once the DNA test came back, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Lane explained that the DNA test she had taken showed her to be English and Irish, just as she had always expected. This made her feel even more confused. Why would a stranger care what her heritage was? Lane shared her findings with the mysterious number, hoping that would end it. However, they persisted and insisted that Ancestry had a separate database, prodding her to take a test there as well. Despite Lane asking again and again for the stranger to tell her blatantly what was going on, they didn't budge. "It's not my place to get involved," they said. Yet despite not revealing their motive, they were taking extreme measures to pressure Lane into taking the test. They went as far as making a fake Facebook profile where they continued to message both Lane and her husband. Lane decided that it was time to reach out to her own parents, thinking that they might know a little more information. Lane's parents divorced when she was 9 years old, but she remained close to her mother despite her history of alcoholism. Lane called her mother, asking her if she happened to know why this stranger was messaging. She expected her mother to brush it off and was shocked when she actually came clean about a secret she had hidden her entire life. Her mother openly admitted to having a weekend affair with a 25-year-old when she was 35 and in college. She explains, she had an affair with a guy 10 years younger than her when she was in college. But when she found out she was pregnant, she didn't tell him. It was a one-time thing, but he even saw her on campus and said, "Is that mine?" And she denied it. Lane felt like she had been deceived her entire life. After all, she was led to believe her whole life that the father she had known was the one that was the cheater. Now she had no idea who cheated, who wronged who, or who even was her real father anymore. Her mother shared that the man she had slept with had suspected he was her child's father and asked about it repeatedly, but she kept denying it and moved on. With this new information, Lane immediately ordered a test. She needed to know who her real father was. When the results came in, she found out the man she knew to be her father wasn't, and the man her mother had a short-lived romance with was her biological father. This was who the mysterious messenger was. The whole truth finally came out. It turns out that her mother had sent a Christmas card with her name on it when she was just 2 years old. Since then, he had Googled her regularly, hoping to catch a glimpse of who his daughter was. He had doubts that maybe he was wrong, but when a picture of her face finally popped up in 2007, he knew immediately that she was his child. The biological father tried to reach out multiple times, but the mother denied him his wish and threatened that he would be harming his mentally unwell daughter if she found it. He settled for following Lane's life on social media instead. However, the universe always has a way of bringing people who are meant to know each other together. Lane shares that, ironically, she attended beauty school in California in 2008, where her father lived. In a way, she was always tied to her father, such as through her features that her mother couldn't explain and her love for marine biology, which was her father's career. They even had picked out similar names for their children. Since the DNA discovery, Lane has found out that she has 2 little sisters around her own son's age. Lane said her biological father emailed her mother to get in contact with her, but she threatened him and said to leave them alone and never contact them again. So what did he do? He followed me on social media my entire life, she said. He watched me date my boyfriend, get married, has babies, everything, all from the outside, not able to know me. Now they finally had a chance to get to know each other. Lane's dad had watched her from afar, primarily on Facebook, until 2022, when he finally decided to do something about it and sent her those messages. This discovery turned Lane's whole world upside down. It didn't only affect her relationship with her fathers, but with her mother too. Lane explains that she felt betrayed by her mother, and the affair she discovered fractured their relationship because of the lying, betrayal, and manipulation. She was hurt by the way her mother had separated her from her dad, considering how close she thought they were. The mysterious messages ended up being a way for Lane and her father to reconnect. Unfortunately, because so much time had passed by, the reunion wasn't exactly what Lane expected. While she tried to go in with an open mind, she struggled to make conversation with her dad. She felt emotional as she watched him with his daughters and even cried in the bathroom. Fortunately, they have the rest of their lives to make up for lost time now if they choose to.